We need Ken. Bring back Ken.
I don't know. Have you seen Ken recently? No.
Me for me secret me so I
haven't seen him for a while, so I don't know.
You haven't seen him for a while, but do you feel the same that he let all of that make?
I'll keep my feelings to myself.
What do you make of those assertions?
I don't have an opinion that I wish to share.
You don't?
I don't
you
have
haven't
an opinion.
seen him for a while.
I don't have an opinion that I wish to share.
That you wish to share. You haven't seen him for a while. I'm sure that you have seen photos of his ICE detention in circulation.
He's a very strong man mentally, so I'm sure he's doing well.
And it's very simple. No one is saying that Ken is guilty. What we are saying is that he must come and answer the questions. If he's done, he can go back to the United States of America, and that will be fine.
And it's who your penny say when you munyam. O de me ensha wanka sakura wo fase. Eye untumi or na mo kre. Untumi de na tu. Yemfa untum be yi wo ho ano.
Na ba ku kura onye obi ayi adubuan.
You know, na wo wo power wo te say ye yi man penny si nchen a o ne second in command na wo hye wonom enti no ba me niwe Ghana so de ye be ni si akonebra na asam na ekone baabi
na kura ni
na say ana wo so si ade ni be
papa no nim de oye.
Let's not run away. Ofori-Atta all business wa America. All business akesi wa America ho. Nti me enjoy say ya fala no ma twinaba. Baby America omo bo busia America omo bo busia from Saudis ena they like foreign investment. You go America omo aka so no mo dika bebre. Nti ya investment wo di sika ko ho na wo mo man ne yeye. Nti asem to a omo so ombehwe edi aboa wo kakra. Nti na oye kire we no eboa.
So today's one, ICE is asking the judge to deport Ken Ofori-Atta. For today, it's America versus Ken Ofori-Atta. So once America says go home, then it becomes Ofori-Atta versus the state.
Yes, so they are no pay TV stations, radio stations, and we are play body. And I am my friend.
Is it the most popular person in Ghana?
Yes, I was Nanado. And so Nanado, I need to know memo. Yes, so they are Sunday, you know, you win a one chain, you win a
Ghana, and that's when I'm Ghana.
Obian and now 1 hour, no woman in a woman, Obian, and now why there was with me.
Hopeful that this will go through for Ken to come back to Ghana.
I am very hopeful, extremely hopeful. Thank you.
Mama makuma to miye.
Ninya miye.
Mama makuma to miye.
Mwenye ni pipa action here.
Ken Ofori-Atta, Papa no still. Pressure on the mountain. Run. Papa no go so de na minim de ntia. Finance mi semwa. Na go free aban mu na chese. Brefia osema. Brefia uma. Ani ye dodo wa bonten. Papa dey go pie mu US court na US court dey go pie mu no. Na ye dey by life. We any lawyers say KMwa. They were kind of forward interest no say judge ye. O say ye o say me pa cho. The client in your comfortable. Or you be very shy pa. Ti me say obetime yi. Ama ye be call off camera na say ye no kukuom kakra no so mate waka mate. Answer on what is connecting no share Ghana for no. But ne kura na about the visa issue. At the same time, you say extradition be eboboba. And was adia. US mon chance mon famra by 19th of February. Mo de bana mi hu say ampa ma fali bi sa adia ne no ano no. Enso e beka ho asem back and bi sa anywhere. Case no ye betuna so on the 27th of April. Yanka extradition bi asem. It is no attorney general pe ompew. And so on facility na say this extradition na kotumu tentem.
First of all, generally in immigration proceedings, most immigration proceedings are open to the public. Okay, so as you have just stated yourself, all the prior cases that were called before Mr. Ofori-Atta's case, they were open to the public. You could see what was going on. However, when his case came up, his lawyers requested for an in-camera hearing. Basically, in-camera hearings are private hearings, where only the respondent, his attorney, and then also the attorneys for the government and the judge are the only ones that are present. It's typical in cases where privacy is considered necessary. Sometimes there are sensitive issues that are being discussed, or there are issues of national security. So in some way, his lawyers have convinced the judge that this is a sensitive issue, and for that reason, it was made into an in-camera hearing. So as you saw when Mr. Ofori-Atta first walked into the room, what would be normal is to have a public hearing. But the very first thing that his lawyers did request was to make it private.
Mami Akia, o baba say na oye shy. Oye very shy type.
No ho nto no.
We say when you okay.
Well, you crazy na so kra de ni seat ni baby owro kra di ku ye na say. Papa no mom ne ho kire no. Na de ntino ma ne ho kire ni sa.
Mintimi.
Wo de hye party se wo.
Oh.
E de be nko anti. Entro no so dɔɔso. Ne lawyers yi twa ntro. We yi twa ntro. We ye say
kanka se de organ no o se mu hwe
entro ne dɔɔso eni ti papa no mo de brebra ma amane ama mo ma ne mmeresa se sika ne ono nko ane di ye because obi ahwe owo animonyam sei
o se
enye ono nko ane di ye
Mami Akia o se
sika ne ono nko ane di ye
enye ke Ofori-Atta nko ane di ye
SML deal ne ono nko ane fa ne nsa ase ye
se amanfo so asankwan
ebi wo ho no mu bi enti ene na wo no obe so so asa ase nwie ene na ye meyi no
ayo ene yabusa ne wo fa ase
o chere
Gabi o chere da ko o mo se de facto prime minister na menim de entia okopie mu studio ho se onkasa akase me nkasa e ene memba oba ye beduru ya ene ase obekasa ase onkasa yabusa na ken asema I don't know. Have you seen Ken recently? No.
Me for me secret me so about You say that you love the NPP so much. You were born into the NPP. It's in your blood. But I don't know if I've heard you. I'm not sure that I've heard you speak on why and how you lost the 2024
I'm not talking about it, and I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to talk about it.
That's I haven't even landed, so you haven't heard my question.
So
how then do you know what I'm asking you?
I don't want to talk about it.
But I haven't landed, so allow me to land, and then you probably
are we on live?
Yes, we are live on TV.
Okay.
Now, I mean, you talk about taking uncomfortable and unpopular decisions that we are benefiting from now.
Yes.
And many have attributed those decisions to the former finance minister, who is your cousin, right? Ken Ofori-Atta is your cousin.
He's my cousin.
He's your cousin.
Yes.
And that he was solely responsible for what you now call the unpopular or uncomfortable decisions that we had to make. Does he feel the same? Do you feel the same?
I haven't seen him for a while, so I don't know.
You haven't seen him for a while, but do you feel the same, that he let all of that make?
I'll keep my feelings to myself.
What do you make of those assertions?
I don't have an opinion that I wish to share.
You don't?
I don't
you
have an
haven't
opinion.
seen him for a while.
I don't have an opinion that I wish to share.
That you wish to share. You haven't seen him for a while. I'm sure that you have seen photos of his ICE detention in circulation.
He's a very strong man mentally, so I'm sure he's doing well.
But the Ghana's ambassador to the United States, Victor Smith, said you spoke with him and you raised concerns about Ken's return.
I don't discuss private conversations publicly.
But did you call him?
So I don't discuss private conversations.
But he has made it public.
I don't discuss private conversations publicly, so I don't wish to discuss it.
But did he call you?
I don't discuss.
I just want to know that. Did he call you? Because your name was mentioned.
I do not discuss private conversations publicly. I think that's a good answer for you.
So you did speak with him, but you can't discuss it because it was private.
Discuss private conversations publicly.
But Gabby, is either yes or no? Did you speak with him?
I do not discuss private conversations publicly.
Okay. Will Ken return to Ghana? Is he willing to?
Why would he not return to Ghana?
So why is he still there? Why doesn't he self-deport?
I
As many have asked
believe
him to.
Ken will come to Ghana, and I know he wants to come to Ghana. I'll leave it there.
When last did you speak with him?
Not so long ago.
How's he holding up?
Well, he's doing well, from what I heard, because I haven't spoken to him since his detention, but I'm sure he's doing well. He's a strong man mentally, and he has strong faith, so I'm sure that will protect him.
The Gregor say, Ken, you're strong mind.
Oh, so on one crack.
Obey okay.
I'm saying,
Ken, you're strong mind. Nippon offer to treat them a boo.
On any Magana. And a debut on any Casaco.
Or a strong man, I say, take better sotia. Come not before the sotia. A friend say, or move finance Miss Amon,
Bunu Munina,
or Zometra,
or Beba,
or Fiesu,
or Banady or Beba. Say a process and a cracker cries out 20 generals or more yeno. Probably be
by force, you know.
Near the Aquanes, Aquafan. That's how Umpesa one Casabeba.
Extradition by force.
By force or Dobeba. So what to an more bra. Be you one no simple. No qua. What dear was a woman, was he saying was true? Tell the lawyers in the say, or back Ghana, Hanu said, the entire all many answers were back him. Ghana for veteran is a near Bassa. Mobate papano. Now, all you as a graduate, it goes the same. Mobate no. About you, and you only didn't want it no. And you only any fugitive no. It's a band side. And you on one and emotional stress to cry bukuno. It's a year on to no and to no more bonnet home by young was a pension for Nana. Young was a Papa no Wian. I saw one video. I almost cast Ken Ofori-Atta. Papa said, no, say 81 years. 81 years never dinner. Pension pay crazy. Or sit this guy carrying 2,000. And messages for 2,000 Ghana. I know dear go to. Anna Papa, I'm one Yamanas, I did deep, you know. Was it on train? Consider by almost 7 years. No, he would die. We will never be this kind of quite. And so, bra what tears in a says can care them man. It is never raining as a Ken Woba. It's an Santa make us a scanning yak and yon quantity. It means was I say we are not person on Kwan found talk. Oh, we never fear. Woba Hanusia, Nanadun, who boom or baby in one no. Ghana, so near no bassa. May you miss a Ghana baby and native red repair. Can Ofori-Atta no oppose scratching president too. Because the car do a man when you know now, I call whom a sick and when you say, and the president of Crano Chan according to lawyer and the appear could be 11 on veto power. Or simply be three Ghana. What I say, one flat. And it's we a penny say when you yam, or the Miensha one Casacora warfase. A year unto me or number won't be at another. You found to be you one no. About we grow your beer, I do wine. You know the number. Now, what power won't say? Ye, man, pennies in China, only a second in command. Oh, now shall one. It's no bad. Meaning we Ghana, so dear, a baby see a conebra. Some not a con baby. No, credit, and I was supposed to be pardon him your oil. When him the wire, I know him say a bad day so a bar. I say, Missy. Esa asembe seniors ye bechewa e de bentina woma reasons one mono asotoro begine mo ye ni yi ansa na mokwa enki prison sentence ne ke wo ye kama ka wo ba ye nka ho bedwedwu ka benya ba bia da enka mo ye se won wo ya ka benya ba bia da kama e bia no no odwene ho de enne mo anye ni yi na se o mabo apese sadi a hye di kodwa no ye fa nko se wo de meko bi fufuro no ne he se prison na bu he de na de ukromu de na na sunya de krawa ana mi krom de isi we na no ya pentecostal ko bie bi mahama krom da manko enyo na ye ensa wom de na sen koye ni ye se ana no osuro de a ene de meko be chem de no ana de de meko ayi ni krom de no chebi wo ai de wo kwa dem o de obefie do se mi so asa yare sabia no ene bi a twem na de mika na wokọ ene se wo so ho dodo wa bi a wusuro se wo ba ha no si a ho be dodo wa adenti na wokọ no Mwanye 37 mwanye ho yie because mo yare ansa na edum bedru soro ene moko won ansa na edum akosoro eti dodo na ba be wu wa ha isa mo ye ho no mu yie ansa na wo kwa mo fira konwa so a o sati agenda 111 kan wurem what is it arise Ghana for so Ghana for ku bi o mo se boku for o mo de o mo nsema mo ken na ba ko Ken Ofori-Atta must be in Ghana by hook or crook. What are you cramming? Oh, sir. Once a background. Yeah, and a cocky TV. Come at you. I'm not trying, Mamma. I just got there. Oh, the chai. The camera. Nice one. Bring back ice.
Ice. We not get. Ice. We not get. Ice. We not get. Ice. We not get. We not get. Bring back Kenny. Bring back Kenny. Bring back Kenny. Bring back Kenny. We need Kenny. Bring back Kenny. We need Kenny. Bring back Kenny.
Some interviews and right now engage Solomon Owusu from the United Party to get his own thoughts as well on why he's choosing to join the protest today. Yesterday I didn't see you here. You are here today. What do you want? What is your interest?
It's very simple. Ken Ofori-Atta must come back to Ghana and help the state to unravel some of the mysteries surrounding the PDS, surrounding the National Cathedral, surrounding the SML, and the DDEP. It's as simple as that. And any public official must have at the back of the mind that accountability is part of your life. And it's very simple. No one is saying that Ken is guilty. What we are saying is that he must come and answer the questions. If it's done, he can go back to the United States of America. And that will be fine.
But yesterday he was in court. The court heard his case and has been adjourned to 27th April. Don't you believe the processes have already kick-started over there?
The court is doing its job. We as Ghanaians are also doing our job. As citizens of this country that believes in accountability, we want to let the United States of America know that as a country that have been championing accountability and create the impression that they abolish corruption, they must be the last country to be standing the way of Ghana in pursuing accountability. They must not allow their country to be used as a sanctuary for corruption and corrupt officials, especially coming from the sub-Saharan Africa.
No, so you believe that the U.S. authorities are being reluctant in ensuring the expeditious extradition of Ken Ofori-Atta? Is that what you are alluding to?
That is the impression that they created. That's why I'm saying that they must not create the impression that they are acting as a sanctuary for corrupt officials from Africa. Because he came from Ghana, he did not apply to permanently live in the United States. He got to the United States of America before deciding to have a change of status. That tells you the mindset. Let him come back. Ghana is not a banana republic. After all, he was not the only minister under the Eswal administration. They had about 124 ministers. All of them are here. No one is being pursued. So what makes him so special?
All right.
He must come back.
He must come back.
Wow, we too krom ba na krom fo ete twa nwa twa mama wo. Ye ba ne de be hye okama. Ene ketei. Ene adonku. Ene de be hye airport kama.
We say do akra so aka. Ene bobobo. Nka we utana ha. Nga fe ne be twa mama wo. Na ubeje di se papa ba ko wata na do ne na busu a. Oso de on fo mo ne nche o mo da.
Ye no maye no.
Osi na do sika wo be di o Ghana no. Odebia odana osum da ibia na hu se na do odisika
ni nua ina
ba ni nua so na ba ka na cross on person na do ka na kure ana osi asem ne enye easy sa o se Ken Ofori-Atta a businessman I want invest a lot of US yenim se uko a US a omo other most countries are invest ho
sika na owi aye no
ana wako invest
enyi ni makoma na etiefu nti sika na o sesa aye
an wako invest
ene odi akwa abrochi
wa invest
na odi akwa hyehyɛ nwuma Wesi broni krum.
Yes.
Broni no weska na ye sori ani akwa akọbọ na besia no. Ana ye kọbọ besia na so mfa so na ye na ohwinhwan na odi bie nwuma na se.
Mo busu na mo bono no de. Odi mu 10% with data bank. Plus uno se ni makatria. Tine se 10% de chinchina atwa se odi.
Wona ka chense mo nya ketu.
Ono na so ne mane mo. Tine se oyem papa.
Sakro.
Na na se odi.
Okwa na nse.
Ai.
O monye.
We di entakuma. We di entakuma.
Mam kakrai.
Ne bra pani ni mum na ko wana se. Oni entakuma.
Ti mam kakra.
Ana waje de ko.
Na se.
Wonya fu. Ana deal now sensa ya o say I mu fa bintu so ni na no. Investment ni na o US. Enti wo so wa invest ya baby wo invest duru no. US for bedwin hu tutu say yes tradition say here ya. The sika ba she man, we no say scan say draw ni na back.
Esa ba.
Esa so be high US economy because the Ghana say the ka wa mefa. US the ka be $1 trillion.
Hey.
It is had your bedding. The was it that the money am ya no. Eye pa. US for me say hey, Ghana for so da. Ti amana ma de na mo ya no yesu ye mpese bebo edin money. Na say kura edin nya dada. Eni ye fa ma de mom.
Ye ne ekuo bia
enye dede.
Enka ne ho.
Yenye dede.
Let's not run away. Ofori-Atta all business wa America. All business akesi wa America ho. Nti me enjoy say ya fala no ma twinaba debi America omo bo busia America omo bo busia from Saudis na they like foreign investment you ko America omo aka so no mo dika bebre nti ya investment who di sika ko ho na omo man ye nti asem to a omo so ombehwe edi aboa wo kakra nti na oye kire we no eboa nti ema omuti asise yenim say hey mu hia ye sika mu hia wiase nyina afa na nti won say Saudi Arabia fu say omo sika bebre wa America Japan fu omo sika all the pastor Ghana fu penfu ha omo sika wa America nti ni nyina all over the world amafu sika kwa America nti asemba depend on sika no omo di bua nti sa di bua no ene e pese omo ti ase masa na nye sa de no judge no ma order no pe fanebra na me yese ni sika nyuma we bie wo ho nti no o mfa number ade na politics na me pe politics pa enye fala sa se judge no si mfa number nti ho na yeah, the naba. Debbie, it's a lot more difficult, okay? But with public support, the public saying it, which are knows and maybe no more when your lawyers here in Abeka, yet you politics. So the more I hear Casano, America for you say Ghana for the Briatiasia, on say Ebema, on say Mommy and Fanny Fanny Conango, yes, that's the whole idea. So we need more people to understand this and say politics. That's the whole idea.
Mazin Pebu say or not dear. No kwenya mi ne dede no yengo sum enye dede.
Na ehwu boku ewo o my Ghana
obi
ansori. We dede obi na kan na say mun sori. Na mo ye misa. Munti Ghana for munti na right Ghana for di kin asori e. Iti mu amaka ni nyina amomra. Say baby adu ni mu ayede.
Listen to the cry of the people. Now, I know President Trump is very wild on these immigration issues. Once they arrest you and then they take you to court, if you are not careful, you'll be deported. So today's one, ICE is asking the judge to deport Ken Ofori-Atta. So it's up to the judge to say yes or no. And our prayer is that it should respond positively and then deport him. Once that is done, once they deport you, it means that the authority will make sure you get your country safe. Then the authorities here will also take over from that place. Where we are standing, I know we are standing on the borders of America. We all know that once you enter the embassy, you are in the soil of America. So whatever we are doing here, America is getting it. So let us all pray and be assured that the court will decide today that yes, it should be deported. Then Ghana will take it from here. For today, it's America versus Ken Ofori-Atta. So once America says go home, then it becomes Ofori-Atta versus the state. Are you getting it? So let us pray.
Who said there was first petition here? Almost 30 years and sign signatures. Yes, and United States of America said, "Any abre, upon a area, this year." And it's a rise Ghana for Swatwas. I pray say democracy have on other pressure boost in never sorry. Now Oman say, look, Yeniabre. What I say? Because you say in your manner can you go them and also Yenyes can you. Just over. Office camera.
My leader joined the Arise Ghana, and I think they are doing a good call for Mother Ghana. I mean, if you are a Ghanaian and you were once holding an office and your tenure of office has expired, and a new government came and they've done the transition. It was a very smooth transition, and they've looked into the books and they realized that some people has to account to their stewardship. I see no reason why one will leave his country and then go and then overstay in someone's country to the extent that the respect that your family, your region, your hometown, your country used to have for you. At the end of the day, some small girls and boys came to arrest you and then throw you to in America they call it jail. In Ghana we call it to detain shells, and then take it to court because you have overstayed. I mean, this is his country. He should be proud to come back. I mean, why? This is not the first time they are holding a finance minister of this country before to account with their stewardship. I think before has been the finance minister. After his work, he has been here. Yeah. Setepe has been the finance minister after his work. He stays in Ghana. Victor Solomon and Co. were Minister of Finance. When they were taken to court, they've answered. Some of them were thrown to jail. Some of them even have to pass away in his blessed memory, isn't it? And so he's not more than them. I think that he has nothing to hide. He should come and then face the law. It's the same court of competent jurisdiction.
What do you make of yesterday's proceedings, especially seeing that the case has been adjourned to 27th April, all that transpired? I'm sure you followed all that has been happening. What do you make of it?
Yes, I think I heard that he's even put in the application, and the court says that 27 or so. Was it when is the next date?
27th April.
27th of that he will come back for them to hear that his request. But I think that if I were to be him, I should tell him that, look, I want to go back to my country. And because my country is even looking for me, I want to go back to my country to give my account. His families are here, isn't it? I think his wife and children are here. They should be able to speak to him. The former president is here. You should be able to call him, my brother, come home. Come in. I mean, nobody will cut his head, can offer head as soon as he landed at airport. Nobody will start caning him. Nobody can even slap him. He's just going to be taken through the due process. If it's true, he has done nothing wrong, he will go home, be with his family. If he has done something good, people have been to jail because of they have done one or two. They have break the laws of this country. All of us, any of us can be held before the court of competent jurisdiction in this country to answer one or two things. If you so break the law, or if you do not break the law, at the end of the day, the Lord will tell you, say, go home, and nobody can do anything. Even though he's in opposition, what is he afraid of? This is the government that everybody, whether you voted for John Mama, you don't vote for John Mama, he's saying that everybody must go according to the law. And that is it. The police are here. In those days, you would have seen the police say, how can you go to American embassy to do picketing? But American people themselves, they also demonstrate, isn't it? If they are not happy with certain issues.
Papa no say, on your surprise, Ofori-Atta, a lawyer, sharp, here, say, young Katia, they don't tend them. Young corner private. Go say, Papa no on accountability. Change now, try. You didn't do one tell list, was a universal. You didn't do Interpol release, was a universal. Also, on Bassebe friend conform. Meanwhile, was also very accountability. Was it what you want to say?
I'm not surprised because, from the way Ofori-Atta has been trying to run away from accountability, this strategy to not have the public hear what's going on falls in line. It's in line with his strategy from day one, evading accountability. So really, I'm not surprised. And you could see that earlier in the day, I monitored some radio stations where one of his lawyers was being asked whether this will be a public or a private hearing. Even from his answers, he would not be drawn on that, etc. The moment I saw that he would not be drawn on it, I knew that, look, in their wishes, they would have it private, and now they have it. I mean, we'll not dwell so much on the unfortunate situation of some people who made some unsavory comments. Usually, in a democracy, these things are to be expected. Just like Mr. Kanse, you and I, this interview we are conducting, you would find some people who would not be happy with what I've said or a question you would ask. And so they go to Facebook and other social media and then throw vitriol, etc. at us. Okay? So for me, to make a decision that the matter should go private because a few people are saying unsavory things, it's really not democratic. It's not in line with our democratic aspirations. Yes, in a democracy, it happens that some people would be upset. They would want to begin to even say negative things when the court has not decided. That's why I keep saying, Mr. Kanse, you and I on Facebook, if we open our Facebook pages now, you would see the thousands of people who've insulted us in one way or the other. But we've not stopped doing this work. But for Ofori-Atta, the fact that he won't come to Ghana and had to be embarrassingly...
I see. Counsel, you point to what could possibly be the reason for the request by his lawyers for a private hearing. They were quite clear that the reason why they were making this application, which was granted, by the way, by the courts, was because of the sensitive nature of the issues they were going to raise, not because of any of the other matters that you referenced.
Okay, sure. Why not? I mean, we can grant that, but isn't it the case that when people started making the comments, there was a break in the hearing for a while? Was that not the case?
Yes, they took a break after. Yes, they took a break and then came back after 20 or so minutes. Yes.
Yeah, you see. So the comments affected the proceedings. It's not always about only what people say, but it's also what they do or the actions surrounding. So the comments necessitated a break. So for me, I think they are together. They are inextricably interlinked. You can't separate them. Once there was a break as a result of the invectives, the vitriol, etc., you cannot rule it out of the reasons for the hearings being made private subsequently.
Eso brabe yin se ma no so
bra we simple and titia we keji for brofo bra ne brabe yi ohun ano be e be twe osire ne abasa because
yes the pattern e wo dey ma ya bokro no kro no na esi no obi ababe yi ni dey ano
obi aso dey say
o so dey is a point to say your kro dey bi en frame kro fo eso nkwa so no ye mai dey frame wan kro fo
papa no say dey esi kro no so your mind ba ba bi aduru no me no me hu na na ma fere ama no
o fere
ma fere
me hu na mbuafu
dey be say ma fere because dey bo no ya adoso ese Ghana ese said o say ye din dodo
anya ye bi o nka ho
oh ka ho
me o mo fi
Ghana want to hear
na say na me di visa ba mu country ahu o mo fi na me fire me nka ho sa din na o bo no AMPP no be say no on say Ghana ni Ghana fu yin say look ye ni na generally
yes because we could know
you chrono kakra bo we mu but the degree and the level of your politicians chrono be mo bo duru no omo sa fanya santon because omo nsuro ye mfere ye omo se ntimi nyomo hwe so if for once me se me kai say nanado the mama mo bokro no ani eto abama no se be chiom no oti OSP ba ya ye be wie no say mother serpent of all corruption ono nanado na ono tati OSP no and the same thing that John Dramani mama say ora operation cover all and they say and ye beto ama also so it means that we have been so ready to fight against corruption Ghana 4%
mean to ase
and for now untimi to ase bro unya nhyase ntwa dua no nyine no bi ntomo na ye but ye be dey twa akona bra omo ese omo ba no enyo man so meba say force na be nsu ayen nsu kwambia so be mo ye hu say accountability can work Ghana no ese ye say ye wie na no so onko enye ne ho so a menim de ntia ngase me twa energy levy 1 cedi ka ho na ye say energy levy ho no PDS ndio say contract o te America one ne ma enjoy ama ne ma US citizen na me be twa wan Ghana
ne ho ne de bond de eye de ya ebon mu wono ne nim ne nam a awewe so de so no daye eni tini we de kin Ofori-Atta we yesere wada papa yesode anopa awie nwumre TV stations radio stations enkwara kure bodi ene ya na ma fere
o the most popular person in Ghana
yese o se nanado eso nanado anu ni nyina ebu amamu yesode asonde me hu no ye hu na abonchen ye hu ne
Ghana kura kwa ba ena so nam Ghana
obi ya ne nam wona wonu omu nyina ebu amamu obi ya ne nam na wo de wo so ntimi me
na kwa me jantoa esquire o ye member of CPP say they all can offer so o say onim say Ken Ofori-Atta or Retania implicate several high profile people in Ghana.
Emie.
Also onimpa.
Emie.
Including President Akufo-Addo.
Enti mo no kwa nyi sa can say asenua no fansoa.
Look, who guys no kwa take that actions nana. Me say I'm 100%. I'm Buzaze ani buza Gabi na ontimi ka hwe.
Ti no mo nkasa.
Ani buza Gabi o se ore na kasa. O strong man. But all for secret, all for komo ni ndi entuda. Nkomo be no ni ndi ya ehubro so a media na tia
ebe boboba wan hwe ye na bodwe se na gu ya woni nyina be se
ya say white e be na brown
boboba
me se omo a omo bo okro no se papa be pie kroma se gbam
e se nsa wam no we de Mr President se asie na yi agrada mu de film se omo mba be dem ni doso e se omo ba e be doso popopo kino Ofori-Atta nya ndindru ha nu se ya ba o twini mo so ni bete ne ye pe
debio wudum omusa Gabi no so okase mi se oni ndi nkomo nche debia nkomo omuma no se Gabi so ye lawyer
omo
che na do so ye lawyer
omuma ne tatis no ha yesei
memma ani ye ka kire o
we mu behwehwe wa embassy fo ne behwehwe wa menko yese ni nyina
ni nkomo ni nan se memma
adudi dedi hu bo
Attorney General Minister of Justice Dominic Akuritinga Ayine say Mumu yenya say ye bre hono.
The process go.
Oh, was it what is it? Was it no monitor our webs ni bi so. Say omo kati bibia. Omo kati bibia no say onya information so onya. Ni na say by 19th of February. I say omo file. And I say Unchain now doc bibia ready that. Yeah, the ambassador no crowd that. And no go so Munham US that. Together for munye hopefully hopeful. Say bibia be fine.
Well, the American authorities are handling the process and they are handling it in accordance with American law. So far, I don't find anything wrong with what has taken place. As you rightly pointed out, I monitored the hearing yesterday, and I have had reports from the United States regarding what has happened and what may happen, but these are confidential discussions, and I'm not supposed to talk to the media about what they have briefed me on.
Yesterday, the trial judge said something. He said there's no proof of any extradition request and that it should be filed by the federal government before February 19. What is your own thoughts on that?
No, the Justice Department is working on the extradition request. Now, you have to understand that what is happening now is in relation to immigration immigration law violations. All right, that is separate and distinct from the extradition request. And so, if it was put in before the the immigration judge that there's an extradition request, he wants a formal, filing before him. So the Justice Department would have to do that before a decision is taken.
When will that happen based on your contact?
No, I don't control what happens with the Justice Department in the U.S. So,
but are you hopeful that this will go through for Ken to come back to Ghana?
I am very hopeful, extremely hopeful. Thank you.
Mama makuma to miye.
Ninya miye.
Mama makuma to miye.
Omunye ni pipa action ni here.
Talk bi eni
ha.
Action.
Echena ko ni e grant interview.
Ye interview.
Ye press for mra. Ni ye kasa.
Ye beka be
Yesra munye ni be. Se beka je de ko ye no. Na bibia ntimi anye.
Enti.
Yenya de panko ande waso.
Enti ni aka kire no se.
Ana holumba nyon be ye adwuma. Enti obia.
Wo meti obia. Wei, o meti obia na limo wiye no na chi. Yeti obia. Wo se yenti obia, ye beti obia.
Ye krenye wiye ka tu.
Yeti team leader wife ni team side chick. Na o ha ni yenti obia. Ye beti obia.
Beti on.
Amamo nyanya bu wiye na oni power. Unyi obia bio, ye beti obia. Enti na se Dominic, na se Matise mama pese o here shafo. O de onko so nye on twetwe ne na ase. Ye be butu ne gara we mi na okofa ne parliament atena.
O de ye bo mu abaso no.
O ka se ye be ja ne sa.
No mo fa ne ma bia menwanwanwanwan.
Oh, ye beti obia. Nti Ken Ofori-Atta Ghana for say ya feel tibra fi wate
white no share ya che okoye gonzo white no che
where na she
ni na academ
na uko that detention akoche white enso nkroso ho mama
enso nkroso ni ho
o ye sure
o die no na esenke ye ni anye ni ye de akwakọ investment o
baby nanu ye mi via mi hwe na US na enso nkroso me say aso bi wa ha mo say anya ngwa ebi ho nti obeti ma bere ho obefa bere na ye do be so no sister Gifty Oware omo se sikana on famra ontimi famma ye
odi mu bi ko e ne bo ni gallery
na ase no o slow that judge na down first appearance o ye me yare
papa ne we
o se asi biantwe on the omo dey case in different na omo se asi we ni ya stubborn omuka so mombra no osesi be koye ono wanko
anyofo mu de tum hofo de
wanko ono de na se wasoro ogaso ye obanti ye betuti nice
si minister ne mo deputies
munni nko
o ye deputy na minister ni di aka hu ni se du
ye beche o
obi abefa no ho agi o ono be hwere di nkan
ye beche o
na wa ye deputy na di akire so so na ye deputy na hwehwe mu oku a
na ukwa so da say by the grace of God eso na nyankopon Justice Audrey Kocuvi-Tay say ase mami oya bunanim alimtia first one bra odi me yare o ma by force bra ana obaye eno so esi file witnesses ebra o adiless no say wa man 7 days 7 working days pe
no kra na
a dose too much be say esa na case na twiko akire
1 week a dose
too much ti o say 7 days ama ye beto aso de say emuntia we bebu atia o na simple ebi man nko se mama say on face ga man ansa hey okodam sa akeke on di country o ajapade o woni na ene beji age ne manta ade kura yan nka ho
na ton wa benya de
ah ye beji sa akola no beda naked kura yoki on fa ne konka ho ni o se wo eni ye hit what aya ejebe se wa za ubaba
oh ra mu bo adwuma se na we nyina ho anado
ami kwa sorry na ni otu maya ne fo ne mema ne fo mu munye adwuma na mekwa aben mu na madi 31 years ene hwede manya sana ni na onim de hoye oboye kro no
na fuchu bia na wo yo babu na esa wo fa
fake motivation
no swadia
fake oni abu fake motivation
social media motivated ni motivate e na me ye say e na obitimi kan e na me ton paboa e kra na me de ayeye
oboa ebi ka set ebi go horum boss mu it is sorry e wo Ghana de Ghana ni sikani bi enu obitimi a kire from Genesis
to Ghana na o die ne de ontimi bi so nkan kire o
ontimi nkan
Gifty Oware they say ni etwe say no pete na me sere ni abasa ye to ba ni ato apa ni ato apa
ba ebi for omunim do dipa o omunim do dipa because obi bia e beti ni bia no one ni kuna na one na yere adubu ane na yere o say Gifty Oware so ni kunu
na nya mu nyina mu di ye
e family mfe da bi o omudi a ene se oje ono kwa ji aba no ni we bedi o sa di usem na wo so we di bi
Samba na me kwa na mbeko na nya no se kino Ofori-Atta dey e say na yire nso ba abonti ano no so
so na letter na ba he anti omunim do di ba sweet fantadi elo kano Ofori-Atta ho na akire nie na yesi enche 19th of February extradition ye retum nko ade a US judge ye fe David say obeya ma ye kama enti be eduru no enche twe na papa obenya ba Gifty Oware ya man 7 good days say one answer some ways one follow witness mama ye butia wa ye buatia wo asem ayeshi for comment to comment section I say papa no obeba aomba o the comment section o the two op we pe na say subscribe no oboso pa we are not like no one like a nice one share mo nyanyi bi share na kai say ha naked truth old burger trends edi no a months billion minute minua ba
ma mi akua
Accra, bye bye.